guys, welcome back. Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14, episode 5, child. She by herself. She who cannot pay is by herself, honey. Okay, the episode title is shady as hell. It starts off where we last left off. A rooftop dinner in Manhattan, New York City, honey. They're basically forcing Drew to apologize to Sheree for basically doing the same thing that Sheree did. Drew Sidora got some messy tea from her messy assistant and then told Kandi, and then Kandi then told the rest of the girls. Sheree did the same thing. She got some messy tea from the messy assistant and then told Fatum, honey. So Drew Sidora is now apologizing for something Sheree did as well. Okay, and they basically did it at the same time. So Sheree's really mad because Drew just got the opportunity to spill your tea before you did. Like, her tea got around before Fatum and your tea got around. Does that make sense? Anyways, so that's strike one, because I'm about to build a case. I feel like this episode had one central theme, and it was basically just piling on Drew Sidora, and I'm about to build this case, and I'm about to win this case, okay? How Cynthia Bailey say, win a case. Win a case, Phaedra, win a case. You always at the courthouse, you always in trial, but you ain't ever winning. But for me, I'm finna win this case. How that girl on TikTok say, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna do me, okay? I'm finna get lit, okay? I'm finna win this. But no, so Drew apologizes, and then Kandi then apologizes to Sheree for spreading her tea. If I was Kandi, I wouldn't have apologized for shit. But Candy's a bigger person, so shout out to her. Kenya Moore hair care gets up from the dinner table, and she basically goes into the corner. She's upset because Mark Daly wants her to pick her up after Mark said that he would drop her back off. Kenya is in Manhattan. Freaking Mark is in Brooklyn. So you want me to send somebody over that damn bridge? You know, it's a sad situation, you know what I mean? But are we surprised? We know Mark is an asshole. What I did like about this scene is the fact that Marlo Hampton, who's been a foe of Kenya Moore in the past, is standing up for her. She's comforting her, basically coming to her defense, basically saying, you know, sis, we're privy to the fact that Mr. Nose Ring ain't, and don't let him ruin your night, sis. So we love to see it, but it just makes me wonder what in the hell is happening next week where Kenya Moore hair care then goes off on Marlo Hampton. Okay, what the hell is going on? Moving right along, everybody comes back to the table. After Marlo comforts Kenya Moore, she then confronts Kandi, talking about some Kandi. The sex stuff is getting out of hand and you need to simmer on down. Sis, simmer on down. Don't nobody want to wear vibrating panties. Don't nobody want to get that coochie stimulated, okay? And then you have Kandi in the confessional talking about some Marlo needs to loosen up because she's used to her coochie buzzing. Now, I'm not going to lie, that was a good one. Okay, 2 snaps for Kandi. Kandi really has been coming through with the confessional shade, okay? Is Kandi the new shade assassin? Is she the new shade assassin? I feel like Kandi has had really good confessional shade. I really do like Kenya's confessionals as well, especially when she mentioned the movie, what's the name of the movie? Eyes Wide Shut. I thought that was really interesting because we know Kandi really is getting out of hand with the vibrating panties and the sex and the dungeons and the bedroom candy and the lipsticks and the, yeah. So yeah, Kenya has had really good confessional shade. Kandi has had really good confessional shade, and then I also feel like Sheree's confessionals have been really good as well. So shout out to those 3 women. Moving right along, the next day, Kandi gets up bright and early. We're in New York City. She has a meeting with the rest of the producers over there at Thoughts of a Colored Man, which they are going to see on Broadway later on that night. I just want to go on record to say I am just so proud of Kandi Burruss Tucker because as a fan and a student of Black theater, I just love how she's bringing Black stories to Broadway. And that is something that is just beautiful to me. So shout out to her. And it looks like the play did really well. It looks like the ticket sales did well. So according to the scenes that we saw in this episode. So shout out to Kandi. It looks like the women really did enjoy the play. And it looks like the man on the trip enjoyed it as well. So it looks like it was a hit. It was a hit. Shout out to Kandi Burruss Tucker and everybody involved in Thoughts of a Colored Man. But before they even went to go see the play, child, they had lunch in the city, child, right? They have lunch. And the interesting thing about this lunch is that for some reason, Marlo Hampton, I don't know why she brought up Jazzy Faye, but she ends up bringing up Jazzy Faye, the music producer. When I think of Jazzy Faye, I think of Sierra. I'm trying to figure out who else he works with. I know he's worked with a lot of people, but I think of Sierra when I think of Jazzy Faye. But yeah, do y'all remember when Jazzy Faye first appeared on the Real Housewives of Atlanta when Lisa Wu was showing him around a house, trying to sell him a house and whatnot? Yeah, that's some Real Housewives of Atlanta history. Anyways, she was talking about Jazzy Faye for some odd reason. They dated or they talked, but Marlo was like, yeah, we never really got into like a serious phase of whatever situationship we were in because Jazzy Faye kept a girlfriend or a wife, and Marlo was not trying to be no side chick. She was not trying to be a side chick back in those days. Was Marlo ever a side chick? Y'all let me know. Fact check me. Listen, I can't. Anyways, okay. So after she mentioned that she had dated Jazzy Faye, tell me why Kenya was like, well, who's the most famous person that has ever hit on all of the women? Marlo said Gene Simmons. Nobody knew who Gene Simmons was. And I was like, really? Really? How am I 26 and y'all are more than double my age and I know who Gene Simmons is and y'all don't? That's weird. But okay. Kandi said Gerald Levert, which I thought was really interesting because she wrote and recorded a song with him a long time ago that was unreleased until like 2 days ago. And that's one thing about Kandi Burruss Tucker. She is going to capitalize off of her time on this damn show, and she's going to capitalize off of every opportunity. Just like how she did the whole music video where she had Safari and Shamia up there at the dance studio shaking their ass and twerking to legs and hips and body. Moving right along. Drew Sidora then says LeBron James. Nobody believes her. This is not the first time Drew Sidora has mentioned... This is not the first time, that Drew Sidora has mentioned LeBron James. I feel like she's mentioned her or mentioned him, in interviews in the past. And I feel like she mentioned LeBron James last season. Now, I don't know if she ever mentioned that they dated or had some sort of romantical relationship, but she did mention LeBron James in the past. With that being said, everybody's in the confessional talking about some Drew's delusional and they don't believe her and she's a liar, okay? And then Kenya Moore gets up there talking about some she talked to Prince. Now, is that true? I don't know. At first, she was having sex with coyotes. Then she got hit on by Prince. That might be true. Who knows? Moving right along. I'm building a story. I hope you guys are catching the nuggets that I'm putting down. Okay. Moving on. They all are getting ready for the play. We're all packing up like sardines in the damn Mercedes Sprinter van, child. And then they start playing the vibrator game because everybody has on their vibrator panties. Now, this is where I feel like this is a huge gray area. And this is why I said a couple of days ago why I feel like the whole vibrating panty situation is just really odd and weird to me. Because Sonya's vibrating panties start to zapping and a buzzing, child. But yet Aaron, her husband, isn't tampering with their remote. So I'm trying to figure out who the hell is controlling Sonya's coochie. Okay, and that's where it gets really weird because Kandi then admits that when you're so close together, the frequencies can get mixed up and other people with remotes can start controlling other people's panties. So for example, it could have been Ralph Pittman zapping and buzzing Sonya Richards-Ross, which I think is very weird. Okay, and I'm not trying to rain down on Kandi's parade and I'm not trying to act like, I'm some sort of prude or something like that because... Listen, I'm a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. But at the same damn time, let's say Ralph was zapping Sonya's panties and zapping her coochie and stimulating her and making her wet. If you're a child, close your legs. Not close your legs. Close your legs to married men. Close your eyes. Not close your eyes. Close your ears. Let's say Ralph Pittman was stimulating Sonya's coochie. Sonya did not give Ralph Pittman consent to stimulate her coochie. So that is just weird. And I feel like borderline just is crossing boundaries at this point. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Then they go see the play. Then after the play, they go back to the hotel room. I'm gonna try to speed this up. They go back to the hotel. They have a situation in the lobby where they're doing a nightcap, chilling with food and drinks and alcohol and champagne and things like that. Marlo and Kenya and Sheree get there first though. And they have this whole conversation where they are basically dragging Drew's business. Okay, y'all know Drew has Drop It Like It's Hot, Drop It Like It's Drew, Keep It 100 with Drew, a weight loss program, a Facebook support group, a challenge where they do raffles and they do this. They have meal plans and workout plans and, you know, lose 25 pounds in 25 days, right? And I just did not like this scene because it just kind of felt like all of these women coming together, basically making fun of her. Not only were they questioning the situation, but I just kind of felt like they were just going so hard to discredit and invalidate whatever Drew Sidora had going on. And this is where I started to get really ticked off because, you know, they were asking questions, which it's okay to ask questions. That's valid. Like, how can you help people lose weight when you got a mommy makeover and you do this and you do that and you do the third? You know, which is a valid question, but at the same time, it felt like a whole campaign to kind of like, I don't know, discredit everything that she's about. Even Marlo going on the interwebs, typing in the website and the website crashing, talking about it don't work and she need to fix the website and this, that, and the third, and, you know, all of that other stuff. So, you know, after they get done dragging Drew's business, we get this whole situation where everybody else comes in. Drew comes in, Kandi comes in, and Sonya. And Sonya ends up having this really weird, you know, conversation towards Drew Sidora in front of all of the ladies talking about some Drew. I love you, sis, and I want to be your friend, but I just kind of feel like some of the things you're doing is just a little bit uncalled for. Now, the weird thing about this situation is this woman whole ass picked your ass up, picked your child up, got you some dinner, you know, took you to the damn restaurant, took you shopping, after your ass got sideswiped off of 285 in the damn thunderstorm. Because it looked like it was a rainy day, right? Right? So you could have had a conversation with me about the state of our friendship and some of the things that you felt like you didn't like that I did, but you did not take that opportunity. Another opportunity you had to talk about the state of our friendship was the fact that you were just in my hotel room just 5 minutes ago, but yet you wait until we're in front of all of the women to try to embarrass me and flip on me. Sonya Richards-Ross is a flipper. Okay, we're just gonna call this flipper at this damn point. Because what was the reason? What was the reason? It seems to me that Sonya sees that a lot of the ladies be looking at Drew Sidora with a side eye. And so she wants to do the same thing. She wants to be, quote unquote, on the winning team. She wants to be a part of the popular crew. She wants to fit in with the popular girls. And I feel like because she wants to fit in, she wants to turn on the weakest link, I guess you would say. That is Drew Sidora. I also just feel like you are trying to make Drew and Sheree's issue your issue, and it's not your issue, sis. If Sheree is okay in this moment, then you should also be okay in this moment. Sonya Richards-Ross is just a little bit too fake for me. And I say all of that to say, if you've been listening to this whole entire review, then you would have seen a pattern of these women piling on Drew. And to me personally, it just kind of feels like borderline bullying. First off, I got a list now. Them trying to force Drew Sidora to apologize to Sheree when Sheree did the same thing. It gives low-key bully vibes. Them basically making fun of Drew Sidora, calling her a liar and calling her delusional when she said that she used to talk to a king of the NBA. When Sister Girl is up here talking about she talked to damn Prince, and other Sister Girl talking about she talked to Gene Simmons. Now, I'm not saying these women aren't capable of backing these men, but all of those stories just seem a little bit far-fetched if you ask me. But they want to get in the confessional and pile on Drew. Yeah, I don't like that. Then y'all meet back up after the colored men for colored girls, for colored men. Lots of a colored men, y'all meet back up at the hotel. Marlo, Kenya, and Sheree are dragging Drew's business. Discrediting her business, talking about she got a mommy makeover and how is she doing this and she's lying and the website is crashing and what is it? I don't really understand it. Meanwhile, I didn't even mention that Kenya Moore Haircare and Sonya Richards-Ross had a whole scene where they were walking the streets of New York, basically talking about Drew Sidora, saying she's the biggest liar and she's delusional. Then we get to the situation where Sonya is now switching up and being flipper. It seems unprovoked and it's very annoying to watch all of this energy be directed at one person. It's annoying to watch all of these people try to like make one person just look and sound dumb. I just don't like that. So let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Am I the only one who feels like Drew's being low-key bullied? I mean, that's just me. Y'all might say I'm using the bully term loosely, but that's how it comes across. Later on, everybody leaves New York. Sheree Whitfield is on her way to Philly to meet up with Tyrone. Of course, Tyrone does not show up, and Sheree ends up on the streets of Philly crying and stuff like that because she feels embarrassed. She feels like she looks dumb, and she does. No tea, no shade. I feel as though, I feel bad for Sheree and I feel for Sheree. And that scene reminded me a lot of myself. It honestly did. Because I feel like a little tea about me, if y'all care. I feel like a lot of the times I put myself into situations where men constantly disappoint me and make me look dumb as hell. They be making me look dumb as hell. I be feeling so dumb. And that is truly hurtful. And so for Sheree to sit up there in those confessionals and say that I have been loyal to this man, even though that's half the truth, I feel like they were not together all those years that Tyrone was in jail, but that's neither here nor there. But for Sheree to be in the confessionals talking about somebody held him down all these years, and now, this is his chance to really show me that he's about something, and now he doesn't want to show up to a freaking lunch, just makes me feel crazy. And that whole situation was extremely sad. So I feel bad for Sheree. Honestly, the independent Black woman in me wants to be like, girl, if I was you, I would have dropped him like a hot pocket right then and there. But at the same time, in real life, I'm a little bitch. Okay, I'm a little bitch. And I probably would have done the same thing. I would have sat there for 2 hours, waiting on that damn man to show up, texting and calling, not receiving anything back, and then calling my friend crying on the phone. Okay, like I related to that so much. So let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.